Come on, YCS Fallout in the secondary market already? Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more. We're starting off over here with Promethean Princess. You do know that Promethean Princess literally gets a reprint here in the future. Like, what are people forgetting about this? Like, you have a 2-month timer on this out here, and suddenly Promethean Princess on TCG Player has just been smashed through the market. Like, this garbage has disappeared up to... I am genuinely pretty disgusted with this, because this card has 34 listings at borderlining $36 a card as of this morning. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, for a card that's got 6 reprints coming out here, the amount of fire hype that we have going around with this is, gosh darn it, pretty insane, actually. This community, I guess we're also at the point right now that fire players are kind of looking at this going, hey, guys, you know, we need 2 of this now. You know, you do kind of need the second Promethean Princess. One in the graveyard to be able to revive itself on the pop, but also the fact that if your opponent outs the one, you need to have another one loaded on down here so you can get the revive and continue along with trying to play the game. Alright, the card definitely warrants the second extra copy out here, and that's what you're looking for out here in terms of this price point. But like I said, come November, you know, you're on maybe a 7-week timer for this thing. I mean, it's just counting down since we've been seeing this price point exploding out here. A lot of people will be really disappointed when this value comes crashing down relatively hard, but you know what? This is the YCS Fallout hype video, right? People love to spend quick amounts of money, even if it's a small turnaround to play something as quickly as possible. It seems to be the motto of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. I need it now. Next up is Purely. So, this is interesting because I haven't really seen anything in Purely taking off in prices. What I've actually been seeing is more people talking about Purely, which is interesting, to say the least. Because, you know, when you looked at the breakdown for the YCS this morning, and you saw there was only a lonely Purely player in the room out here, did I miss the point where, you know, Purely's definitely fallen a lot harder off the meta? Yes, there was a time where the big cat was a massive annoyance that players had to deal with, but the thing was, though, we've dialed back things. So one of the major discussions I saw today on this was, you know, it's a budget option for the game. You know, you can pick up pretty much everything for Purely, minus, what is it, Nor, which is like $7, $8 at this point, which, if everything else is cheap in the deck, is it bad that you have to spend $7 for like a one-of? Like, I can't necessarily hate that, because everything else in Purely has become so budget-friendly over this time frame that you can just try out so many cheap ideas, and I think that's fine, honestly. Like, let the budget players have something, minus the one $7 Nor, or the 2 that you need to be having in order to set the trap from the deck. Alright, like, it is what it is. But hey, you know what? Budget options are a good thing. When these decks do creep into Top Cut, and they do kind of spin heads out here, that's fine. You want to see, you know, that hype. So to see that people are excited for this and budgetary options for Purely have really never looked better. Protos. This is a pretty big one. So while Herman did smash through Swiss undefeated, and we did see a large amount of people going, Protos, very interesting. This floodgate really does need to be banned, but it's okay, because it's what's making the Ritual Beast viable. We don't want to take anything away from the viability of Ritual Beast. That's why they have Thunder Dragon Colossus now. Am I right, or am I right? Protos, we do know. Everybody knows in Crossover Breakers, right? In the Japanese set, there was Protos in the set, right? Wait, did he just say Protos reprint? Ah! Protos reprint! Yeah, that's the amount of people out here that have not followed this hype train, and we're still sitting on Protos being, I think it finally went underneath the $40 mark this morning when I was putting this together. Protos is on the decline, but once again, I got to put this back in the spotlight out here because this is the hype, the fallout. You're finally starting to see, unlike Promethean Princess, who's on the up and up out here, you're seeing Protos finally going down into the decline because people are starting to realize, oh crap. But it's funny because Promethean Princess's reprint is coming faster than Protos' reprint, but yet Protos is the one falling while Promethean Princess is going up. I don't get this community. I don't. But if you're looking at the whole Protos thing right now and you're like, hey, it's really cool, I'm playing ritual based, then hold on to it. If you are not really dedicated to the whole Protos thing and you're like, well, I would probably go do the offy loady just to go get rid of it. All right, just push it on over there. You don't really need that card. It's a cool card, but you don't need it. Chaos Angel. So this is interesting. As of filming this today, there were 20 listings of the tin Chaos Angel on the market. Now, obviously, the entirety of the tins and the way that they were structured out here, yeah. Let's call it what it is at this point. BS. Right, it's terrible. But I guess this YCS and the community in general are looking more towards the Six Samurai stuff, going, hey, or looking towards the Chaos Angel and going, hey, we need this. It's a mandatory card. All of these decks are able to cheat this out. We did get the chance to see a big, massive Chaos Angel walking around on the field being a hilarious problem during one of the feature matches that, the duelist could not find that key out for. So I like that, all right? It just, having Bell have an issue with a Chaos Angel is very interesting to see. And it's also, its stats are beyond any real thing that most players are really used to seeing out here. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations that you look at and you're like, hey, is there a reason that this is so big? I mean, yes, there is, but it's also generic. And Konami, the fact that they allowed a non-tuner to be treated as a tuner for this thing is what really sets Chaos Angel apart from the rest of this. So, very important showcase from the YCS this weekend. That Chaos Angel is that card that shatter those expectations and really does prove to the community, hey, you don't need to be having this massive powerhouse assist you. Yes, you do. The card is nuts, all right? Now I want to talk about asceticism of the Six Samurai. So, what was it? I saw today that somebody believes asceticism is a $20 card out here. Now, I don't know if you've looked at the recent sales data on asceticism of the Six Samurai, but all the Six Samurai cards are a little bit hyped right now. You printed support for one of the most beloved archetypes in the game, which is Six Samurai. And when you start to do that, you're going to see cards start to inflate up in value. Case in point, asceticism of the Six Samurai suddenly going up in value out here because people want to play Six Samurai, which means you also have to go through and you have to pick up the old cards. Because you're forced to pick up these old cards, that's welcome to the supply and demand side of the game. With that being said, though, all right, I think for the most part that the Six Samurai hype is going to die out. I don't think the deck lives up to any milestone whatsoever. I've seen more water tops out of the OCG than I have, Six Samurai tops. I did feature off that vanilla build quite some weeks ago, which was really, really cool. I liked the idea that build had going for it, but I don't think people... I think it's too simple. Like, the primordial stuff is really, really cool, but it doesn't do enough, per se. So, yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. So, what do you guys think? Please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.